This is a Texet GR4-X cubed. I think the GR4-X cube is meant to be graphics or something. And it's a clone of I think it's a Casio FX6000G. But unfortunately it's got some missing columns on the display, and also, although some keys work, others do not. And I think that is down to heat seal problems on heat seal connectors. So I'm going to take it apart and have a go at fixing those. Okay, I've taken it apart, and there is a heat seal connector. Well, actually there's two. There's one between the display and the LCD here, and there's another one between part of the keyboard and the lower part of the keyboard. So the PCB is split into two, and down here the bottom half or so of the keyboard is actually connected via a heat seal connector here. Now this one between two PCBs, you could replace that with soldered wires, but this one up here with the LCD, that's a normal LCD heat seal problem. Not a particularly high quality calculator. The LCD is held in with a little bit of sellotape there, and there's a capacitor on a couple of flying leads from over here, so yeah, not quite in the high quality bracket, I don't think. So I'm going to attempt to squish these down with my heat seal tools. Let me get those a minute. So what I use is one of these, which is a soldering iron tip that is just a well, there's a couple of grooves on the end of this block of brass, isn't it? And that actually screws into my soldering iron. And then to transfer the heat to the heat seal connector, I use this sheet of silicone. I got the sheet of silicone from a company that made some heat seal connectors for me here for the PCG850, and that was my attempt at fixing those displays. I haven't actually successfully managed to do that yet. So I'm going to heat it all up, transfer the tip to my soldering iron, and see if I can fix these dodgy heat seal connectors. Okay, so I've succeeded in breaking it entirely. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, so the display is looking a lot better. In fact, I think all the columns are there on the display. Unfortunately, the keyboard still not working. So I'm going to give the keyboard heat seal connector another go. So it looks to be on the display, it was the PCB side of the heat seal connector, not the LCD, which is nice because that's more robust. Let's have a go at the keyboard because that is pretty bad. Nothing is working there. Okay, so I've got 9, that wasn't there before. 4, I don't think was there before, but there's still, bottom row's working, so I've still got a row or 2 not working, so we're getting there. So which end's that? Difficult to tell without tracing it all out. So it looks like the heat seal connector is not actually straight. It's sort of been put on a little bit wonky. So let's try this side over here. Just got the largest amount of wonk. So AC's now working. 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6. That wasn't working before. 1, 2, 3, 0. Aha! So I think we may have the display and all the keys. Maybe. Yeah, so that's looking a lot better. So I think we've got all of the display and all the keyboard back in there and working. So let's put the very important sellotape back to hold the capacitor in place and the display, and put the cases together and see what we got. So it's all back together again, and turn it on, which I couldn't do before because the AC key wasn't working, and I think it's working. Let's have a look at the graph of sine. There we go. And cos, yeah. So that's all good. It's also programmable if you go to mode 2, but it's got 396 steps. I'm not sure what the FX6000G had. I thought it was more than that, but maybe not. Maybe that's all you've got. But you should be able to go into a program and then I don't know, 12 I think, isn't it? Something like 12 in a something like that, and then mode 1, and then run it somehow. How do you run it? Not sure how you run it. Looking at it, I can't see any labels. There's conditionals. I can't actually see go to on there anywhere, and I can't see labels. So I'm not sure how this works. I'll have to have a look at that in the manual, but fortunately I've got one. There's a manual here that came with the original packaging, and interestingly it was still sealed in that packaging, so it was broken in the original packaging. But definitely working better now.